the Republican presidential nominee announced his proposal for Operation Aurora during a rally Friday at the Gaylord Rockies Resort. Now, this would create a federal program to expedite the removal of undocumented gang members.
This as Trump continues to promote false and exaggerated claims that the city has become a, quote, war zone overrun with Venezuelan gang members. 10 for 7's Brandon Richard joins us live in studio with a closer look at the impact this announcement could have on Colorado.
And Brandon, Trump's proposal is raising concerns about targeting people based solely on their place of birth or their citizenship.
Yeah, that's right. And of course, we know that many groups have long condemned Trump's calls for mass deportation, calling it inhumane. But Trump says Operation Aurora would focus solely on violent criminals. But the data he's using to justify his plan is being questioned, and it's clear his supporters don't just want to deport criminals. At his rally in Aurora Friday, former President Donald Trump announced he would launch Operation Aurora if elected.
We will send elite squads of ICE, Border Patrol, and federal law enforcement officers to hunt down, arrest, and deport every last illegal alien gang member until there is not a single one left in this country.
Operation Aurora was the name given by law enforcement in San Antonio when they arrested Tren de Aragua gang members during a recent sweep. Trump says he would invoke a 1798 law known as the Alien Enemies Act to carry out his version of Operation Aurora.
And if they come back into our country, they will be told it is an automatic 10-year sentence in jail with no possibility of parole.
To support his call for deporting immigrants, Trump has used data ICE recently shared in a letter to a Texas congressman. According to that letter, there are more than 400,000 non-citizens in the U.S. who've been convicted of crimes, including homicide, robbery, and sexual assault, who are non-detained. But the U.S. Department of Homeland Security says the data in the letter is being misinterpreted and says it includes data going back 40 years or more, long before this administration. But Trump and surrogates like Colorado Congressman Greg Lopez continue to blame the Biden-Harris administration.
We cannot have an administration continue that is not acknowledging what is happening in every state.
And continue to exaggerate crime in Aurora.
As a former mayor, I can tell you it's not grossly exaggerated.
But have you been to the properties yourself?
I've seen them, yes. I've been there.
Okay. You have been there?
Yeah, I have. Look, it's important for all of us to see them.
While Trump said Operation Aurora would focus on violent criminals, his supporters don't expect it to end there.
We know who some of the bad people are. We start with them. Then we move on to the next category and the next category.
Critics say mass deportation isn't the solution some are hoping for.
And there's also a lot of really good research on impacts of mass deportations on crime. And it's very clear that mass deportations do not reduce crime.
Now, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security also points out that non-detained doesn't necessarily mean that convicted criminals are walking around freely. It only means that they are not in ISIS custody. They say some are in the custody of other law enforcement agencies.
Our Brandon Richard in for us tonight. Brandon, thank you. Now, going in depth on the Alien Enemies Act, this 1798 law, which Trump says he will use to deport immigrant gang members. It states that the president may order the arrest and removal of non-citizens during times of war or invasion. Looking closer, it's only been invoked 3 times in the past 226 years. It was used during the First and Second World Wars. The law was most recently used to incarcerate Japanese Americans during World War II and place them in internment camps. Although only Congress can declare war, Trump wants to interpret the law more broadly, expanding the definition of invasion to mean border crossings. Now, the Brennan Center at the New York School of Law says the law is dangerously outdated. The organization saying, quote, although the law was enacted to prevent foreign espionage and sabotage in wartime, it can be and has been wielded against immigrants who have done nothing wrong, have evinced no signs of disloyalty, and are lawfully present in the United States, adding it is an overbroad authority that may violate constitutional rights in wartime and is subject to abuse in peacetime, end quote.